and welcome to Chosen. Today I have the honor to speak to Marie McKenzie. And Marie, I found you on Substack. It's an amazing platform and community. And I saw that we have a few topics in common. And I wrote you and I said, I would love to have a conversation with you about the silence of abuse victims, why they stay silent, and that the actual healing is in sharing, but that's not always as easy as it sounds. So, but first of all, we should introduce each other, or you introduce yourself and I introduce myself for your and for my audience. So, Marie, tell us who you are.
I'm Marie McKenzie, and I'm currently in Orlando, Florida, in the USA. I'm a registered nurse by profession and has been for over 26 years. Most of my experience has been in the emergency room setting. I'm a childhood sexual assault survivor. I'm passionate about helping survivors. I coach healthcare teams to care for sexual assault survivors. I'm a nurse educator, award-winning and best-selling author, and enjoy writing in the Substack space. I found it just a few months ago, and as you said, that's where we connected. And my passion is survivor, giving them their voice. You are not alone. You matter. Your voice matters. And back to you, Lisa.
That's beautiful. And that really resonates with my brand on Substack and also beyond, Chosen, where I want to remind all of us that we're already chosen and we don't need to beg for someone else to choose us. Even if we haven't been chosen in childhood, every day we can choose ourselves new and therefore heal one of the most profound wounds that many of us have is when we're in an abusive situation, it's super hard to leave. And after we have made it or it has happened, there's several ways to this. It takes us so long time until we're able to share. What are your thoughts to this?
I think survivors are silent from shame, feeling guilty, because a lot of us bear abuse with a glamorous exterior. We're functioning, we go to work, we look good. Our friends and sometimes family think we're happy and we have it all together. But abuse thrives in silence. The abuser continue to abuse, maybe not just one person, but maybe others. Think about childhood sexual abuse.
Yeah.
The silence and the abuser continues and continues, spreading out to other victims. And it could be the survivor loves this person, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I love this person. I can't tell anyone. I can get him in trouble. So shame, guilt, self-blame, you're blaming yourself for allowing this. Sometimes you're blaming yourself for allowing this. So you feel that you're protecting yourself by being silent because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be blamed. And worst of all, you don't want to be accused of lying.
Yes.
Because when a survivor shares, they're not always believed.
Absolutely.
So that's another re-victimization, re-traumatization.
Yeah. And in this moment, of course, we're at a place where the self-worth and also the basic feeling of safety is absolutely shaken. So let's talk about the feeling, the actual experience of threat. And I've just been in conversation with some amazing people that have been through a lot of things. And I've asked them or invited them to share, to open a Substack, to share their story. And they tell me exactly this. They say, Lisa, there's a story running in my mind and it's so powerful. It's so fretful. It's so dangerous of telling me what will happen once I start to share. I'm just not ready.
Yes. Family and friends come out and they're blamed. They're accused of lying. Oh, you're breaking up the family. Yes. Even when those same people know the story is true.
It's not safety at all, but
Yeah.
it gives the people that basically create the silence a feeling of false safety, right?
Keep the peace. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
whose peace are you keeping? Right? The survivor is suffering.
Mm,
So you keeping. And there's got to be a time when you, as a survivor, is going to take the bull by the horn and said, "This is my story. This is my life. This is my voice, and I'm taking my power back
mm, mm.
and tell your story." And
Remember, you know what I remember? I remember this woman. I saw this Instagram interview. She's pretty known by now. She's also an author, and that she's been sharing about sexual abuse in the family. And she cut off the relationship to her whole family. And she's getting out there really like, I can see the purpose energy. It's like, this is my purpose. I need to educate. I need the to be the one freeing others. I need to show others the way towards freedom. This woman just like absolutely like I'm admiring this courage. This
it
like
takes a lot of courage to put your story out.
yes, yes,
It does
in
take a
this
lot of
way.
courage
Yeah.
because you know you're going to be vilified. You're going to be, stones are going to be thrown at you. Yes, takes a
Mm,
lot of courage. So I believe anyone who goes out there and share their story as powerful, courageous, and should be honored.
yes. And maybe, as we're both on Substack, just making this like side link that I think there's a big openness towards sharing those kind of stories, sharing these experiences. I've read a lot of articles myself, right?
I have. I
Yes.
sometimes I go there and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be here for 10 minutes
Yeah.
and I'm there longer just reading and touches your soul
It touches your
because you
soul.
can see people just bearing their soul, just healing while as they're writing. Because this was like locked in for so long. And this paralyzes you and affects all areas of
Mhm.
your life, how you show up for yourself, your children,
Mm,
even. And when are you going to, like, especially if you have children, change the dynamics? Because I've spoken with people with generational trauma. I
yeah.
spoke with one grandmother. She was sexually assaulted as a child. Her daughter was sexually assaulted. Her grandson and granddaughter by the same person because this
Wow.
perpetrator was not dealt with, was not
Wow.
held accountable, and he was allowed to get access to everyone in the family because everyone just put it under the rug, keep it in the family, and it's just generational. It just continues.
Wow.
So to hear people in articles on Substack, since we're talking about Substack, opening up. I read one article when one young woman said, I have to change this for my children, my girls. It stops with me. It stops with me. Yes.
Yeah, that
Break
gives me
generational curse,
goosebumps.
generational trauma.
Yes, yes, and yes to that. Wow, that touches me very, very much. So let's bring it like as unfiltered as possible on the table. How does it influence our life? Like what I see, absolutely. Like I can share with you what I see is definitely the whole energetic being, the life force, the true life joy, the authenticity that you have because you constantly are almost in a schizophrenic situation, right? You're constantly people pleasing, abandoning yourself, right?
Oh my God,
Rather
people
than
please.
trying to keep parts of you alive and also talking about this piece or this outer image, there is a lot of energy wasted, I would even say, right? A lot of
Yes.
energy on making it all look nice. So a lot of energy on fixing potential damages of the reputation of the relationship or right that other person, because what I find very interesting is we even protect the abuser. Why do we do
And
that?
it's exhausting.
Yeah,
It is exhausting to constantly keep trying to make everything look good for the outside.
absolutely.
And then you get in a corner, you get home by yourself, and you're like, oh my God, you headaches, palpitations, belly pain, symptoms that the doctors cannot diagnose because it takes a toll on your whole being,
And
your
that's just the
mental health,
beginning,
your
right?
physical health. Yes.
Because if you do that over months and years, I would claim that there is sickness coming.
Yes.
So, and I'm not just talking about mental health, because of course it weakens your
And physical.
willpower, your desires, it weakens everything. And you have problems feeling yourself, tuning into what it is
Yes.
that I want, what is my opinion. You
Yeah.
can't
It
even hear
robs
it.
you of your potential to expand and thrive. That begins with loving yourself first.
Mm.
And then you can see what's possible. What do I deserve? What do I want for me? Right? When you stop seeing yourself as a victim, as I can only get that person. He's a narcissist, but that's all I deserve.
Mm.
He's not good for me, but that's all I deserve. You know, he's not good for you, but this is where I am, and that's all I'm going to get. Nobody's going to want. So I think starting with loving yourself is the key, because then you won't settle.
Tell us three things that you maybe tell some people you work with, or that you write in your books, or that you use for yourself, how you can love yourself, which I believe, over time, these little things, they build a self-worth. They build that self-esteem that you need to do the big steps on the long run. So tell us three like actions or thoughts that you keep in mind.
Things that I do daily. I do my devotions early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
pray devotion.
Yeah. Okay, just say it again.
So three things I do, and I do more than three, but I start my day with devotions. I read my Bible, I pray, and I make sure I'm eating. I eat properly and hydrate. I do a balanced meal.
Mm.
I'm plant-based now, but I've not always been plant-based. But whatever lifestyle I was following, balanced diet was always one of them. And I journal every night. I always look at my day and I choose at least three things that were good for my day. Three things that I can be grateful for. And I do that every day. So that's how I show love to myself. Those are three of the things.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And it's funny because we have that in common. So for me, it is praying. I pray every morning.
Some survivors who don't feel that they're worthy of love, like starting with affirmations, like what we were talking about, it may not feel okay in the beginning. It may feel like, oh, I'm just saying these and it's empty words. Just keep saying it until you believe it, because you are worthy of everything that is good coming your way. You're worthy of love. You matter, and you're not alone.
Marie, this is it. This is what I tell all my clients, because many come to me and they say, at least I don't feel this. I say, feeling is the last thing in the row. Feeling might come after months. For some of us, depending on
Yes.
suffering, it will come after years. You cannot, I have one thing I told some of my clients that had really trouble with that. I said, I'm going to ask you one question that I asked myself, right? When I had a depression, I was like, can I continue living without that feeling of, oh, yes, it's true, and oh, I feel it in my body? Can I still see the beauty in life? For example, this amazing tree or a lake, or smell the fresh air. Can that be enough without that feeling of, oh, yeah, I'm feeling this. Oh, I am joy and I'm abundance. And my answer was yes.
Yes.
And that was okay. So even if I would never get that feeling back, which by the way, I got it after
You
some
kept
months.
going.
I just kept going, but I didn't knew it if I'm going to get it again. Right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about, is the feeling now comes last. It's like I do the action. I don't care about the feeling. But luckily, The more I practice, the more it's coming. And now it's the normal again, you know?
It's like maintaining a healthy lifestyle, going to the gym, eating right. You don't see the results right away, but you keep going. You commit, and keep going.
And
And
that's a
then you see the
beautiful
results.
cycle. Yeah, because
Yes. Then the feeling comes. Then the
I
visual,
hold.
you can see the effects.
And that's self-love. To
Yes.
commit and consistent keep going, that is the expression of self-love.
Yes.
And I think that we made an amazing circle today with this conversation. Thank you so much that we could have this conversation, Marie. Is there anything you want to tell the
I'm very passionate about sexual assault survivors, and my work is helping them to heal, thrive, and survive. I coach healthcare teams to care for sexual assault survivors with confidence. You are not alone. You are worthy. Take the effort. Share your story. Even if you don't want to go public initially, write it down, get it out. You will see the benefits.
Thank you so much.
You are not alone.
You're not alone. No.